Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon, and I do have a hobby. And my hobby is that I'm a rail enthusiast. Basically, I'm a trade spotter. And I also enjoy travelling to different places by train. I am not on YouTube to make myself famous. I do these shows for basically fun. And if my journey is going to plan or not, guess we're going to have to watch this show to find out. Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, welcome to the last day of this three-part series, kind of thing. And we're in the Travelodge at Willesden Central. I'll tell you what, where's this sun come from? The gala has been terrible over the weekend, and now the sun has decided to come out for today, which is kind of disappointing, because it would be like lovely like this for the gala, but unfortunately it rained. Anyway, today we are doing Kensington Olympia, which we're going to be going there soon. Then we're going to be doing South Greenford. Then we're going to be hitting North Sheen last, and there's another station which I completely forgot. North Sheen. I'll have to look at the plans, sorry, because I can't remember where I'm heading. Oh, Acton Central. So there's going to be Kensington Olympia, South Greenford, Acton Central, and North Sheen. Anyway, so we're going to be leaving shortly to head to Stonebridge Park railway station to get a train to Willesden Junction, and then Willesden to Kensington Olympia, out of Kensington Olympia then on to Clapham Junction.
London Overground service, all stations, Acton Junction, Sheffield.
The National Rail services are right here for the Olympia Exhibition Centre.
Kensington Olympia station had a history since 1844. The West London Railway opened the station at its southern terminus on the 27th of May 1844, but due to the losses made, the station closed 6.5 months later on the 1st of December 1844, but the station was just named Kensington. A new station, which was also named Kensington, opened on the 2nd of June 1862 to the north of Hammersmith Road. The Great Western Railway train started serving the station in 1863. In 1868, the station was renamed Kensington Addison Road, and from 1869, the London and South Western Railway operated trains from Richmond to London Waterloo by Addison Road. The London North Western Railway trains started arriving in 1872. The station appears on the first London Underground map in 1908 with Metropolitan and District Railway services. In 1940, Addison Road and the link to the Metropolitan line at Nattermere Road closed along with other West London Line stations after the line was bombed and not considered effective to rebuild. In 1946, the station reopened after the war and was renamed Kensington Olympia and became the northern terminus of the peak hour shuttle to Clapham Junction. And there was also a District Line shuttle to Earl's Court, with the current District Line Bay platform opened in 1958, but the 1872 connection wasn't lifted until 1992. The Western Region briefly used Kensington Olympia as a terminus for Western Region services in 1967 due to the re-signalling of London Paddington, and in 1970 to 1971 a motor rail platform was introduced but closed in 1981. In 1994, a full passenger service between Willesden Junction and Clapham Junction was reinstated after a gap of 54 years. Had to use a lamp post because the sun's in the way. The less cloudy today. Anyway, well, one of my favourite spots on in London, Kensington Olympia station, which only has 2 platforms. The third platform for the Underground, which only runs on a weekend, and this is a weekday. The Olympia's right there, and also there's like a disused motor rail platform building there as well. But this is absolutely wonderful to always come and film trains here. I know if you have to freight, Willesden Junction is more better than here, but you do get a fair amount of freight through here. Like we had 2 6060s already through here. We had a West Ealing to Who Junction, which was the Freightliner shed, and we had Peterborough to Tonbridge, which was the GB shed. But also you get your Southern here and your London Overground. And in the evening you do get a Kensington Olympia or Kenio Crowdbuster train, which shuttles between here and Clapham. And then it's from Shepherd's Bush to Clapham. We're here now till about just before 11 o'clock to carry on our venture down south and west and all that. This is an 8-coach train, and just to show you how long the platforms are, and then when it just left there, you can at least fit maybe 16 coaches here.
The train now approaching platform 3 is the delayed 10:58 London Overground service to Clapham Junction. Please stand back behind the yellow line. The train now standing at
13, South Western Railway service to London Waterloo. Calling it.
We're actually taking a ride on my very first 707 for South Western Railways. It's like a Class 700 but a bit different, like smaller in length. And they actually do look nice, to be honest. I like the information screen up there. But yeah, we actually left Clapham Junction a little earlier because my plan was to catch the 11:21 off Clapham Junction to London Waterloo, but instead I saw this coming and it was running late actually by 4 minutes, so I thought might as well get my first 707 ride in. But these are 5 coaches in length, a bit shorter than the 700s and actually shorter than the 717s, which have started testing on the Great Northern Line between Moorgate and I don't know where else.
Stop is London Waterloo, our final destination. Where
yeah.
you can change for London Underground services.
I don't think she's going to let me talk now, so we're going to film getting off at Waterloo now. We're now at West Ealing, and I do not believe this, but I'm not going to South Greenford now. It's pointless. Because what I was going for is not running. No West Coast movement, so I'm going to go back to Ealing Broadway now. I think we've got the Croydon Tramlink to put in, so we're actually going to focus on the Croydon Tramlink instead of South Greenford. I was actually going to film here half an hour as well, but I don't really fancy it today, so we're going to go to I'm going to see if I can try and get on the Croydon Tramlink, do a half an hour session there.
Thankfully उनके वो
Don't get caught out. Travelling without a ticket or validated pass could make you liable for a penalty fare.
Is that going? We're now at Merton Park Tram stop on the Croydon Tramlink. We might be changing it slightly, the plan. We might, instead of go to Acton Central then North Sheen, we might do North Sheen first and Acton Central. But yeah, it's alright. Let's have about an hour here or so. Merton Park Tram stop opened in the year 2000, but this used to be a railway station. The site was Merton Park Railway Station, which carried passengers from Wimbledon to West Croydon Station, until the line closed in 1997. The station building is around 200 yards south and has been converted to a private house. The old station was opened on the 1st of October 1868 and was named Lower Merton, but it wasn't until the 1st of September 1887 the station was renamed Merton Park. Sheen station was opened by the Southern Railway on the 6th of July 1930, with the station serving the area between Mortlake and Richmond, but the station was named after the area. The station is 9 miles and 3 trains down the line from London Waterloo, and the station is not wheelchair accessible, and neither is the footbridge. We now made it to North Sheen station. This is one of my favourites in this area as well. But we're going to be here for half an hour, and then we're going to Richmond, because then we're going to do Acton Central. I was going to do the other way around, but while I was on the Croydon Tramlink and got to Wimbledon, I thought, well, it's easier if I actually went this way instead. I don't know if I'm going to Denmark Hill, because to be honest, it was only just to change trains, to be honest. It was just a ride out there, so we'll see if I can fit something else in before we go home tonight.
entering the train at the platform edge.
Acton Central Station on the North London Line between Richmond and Willesden Junction. The station is also an important part of train operations when the trains have to change from overhead line equipment to third rail and vice versa. The station opened at Acton on the 1st of August 1853 by the London and South Western Junction Railway. The station was renamed Acton Central on the 1st of November 1925. The North and South Western Junction Railway was leased jointly to the London North Western Railway, the Midland Railway and the North London Railway, but only the North London Railway operated passenger trains on the line. The line was taken over by the LNWR in 1909, and in between 1875 and 1902, the station and the line was connected with St Pancras Station via the Dudding Hill Line, which branches off the North London Line between Acton Central and Willesden Junction. The line is still open today but only carries freight. Acton Central was named for closure by the Beeching Report in 1963, which was known by the Beeching Act, but the station never closed. Kensal Rise station is on the North London line. The station opened in 1873 as Kensal Green, replacing Kensal Green and Harleston station, which opened in 1861. The station was renamed Kensal Rise in 1890 and is close to the newer Kensal Green station, which was built on the Watford DC lines, which will be visited shortly in this video. Since late 2007, both Kensal stations are now served by London Overground, even though Kensal Green station is managed by London Underground. London bus routes 6, 28, 52, 187, 302 and 452 also serve this station and became fully step-free in November 2015 with the addition of lifts.
The train now approaching platform 2 is open. Platform 2, the approaching train is not scheduled to stop at this station. Please stand back behind the yellow line.
We decided to do Kensal Rise station because I thought I saw 710 move, which turned out to be a class 172, which is nice to see on the North London line. Now the only problem with this area is that signal behind me there, so really what I had to do is I had to crouch down just to try and get some of the video footage through the fence.
The train now approaching platform 2 is the 1836 London Overground. The train now approaching platform 1 is the 1842 London Overground service to Clapham Junction. Please stand back behind the yellow line.
Kensal Green. Mind the gap between the train.
Kensal Green station opened by the London North Western Railway and the Bakerloo Line on the electrified Watford DC line in 1916, and the line runs alongside the West Coast Main Line. Bakerloo Line services has been running a year earlier between Queen's Park and Willesden Junction. The station is managed by London Underground, even though London Overground trains call here as well on their Watford Junction to London Euston services, and the London Underground call here with their Harrow and Willesden services to Elephant and Castle. London bus routes 18 and N18 also serve this station, and is close to the other station in Kensal, which is named Kensal Rise station, which we just visited. Even though the sun is fading now, we're at Kensal Green station. After this one, at 1934, we go back to Euston to get our train back home. But I am happy that I did stick in Kensal Rise and Kensal Green in today. Kensal Green's good for photos on this side. I'm not sure on for the Watford DC line, but you can't get a decent photo of the West Coast Main Line from here. Well, you can if it's light enough, but I don't know what the other side's like for photos of the West Coast Main Line. Anyway, we're going to carry on filming and then head back to Euston.
and Willesden Junction.
Behind me is the Caledonian Sleeper, 2150 to Fort William, Inverness and Aberdeen, which 92043 has brought it in empty stock. Now, over here is not my train, but my train's a bit further down, which we're going for now. Hopefully beat the people before they announce it. Now at Rouge Trent Valley. This is our last train back to Rouge Town, and this is also the final train we're taking today. It has been reasonably good in London, to be honest. Started off nicely with Kensington Olympia, 4 66s through there, 2 Freightliner, GBRF and the DB Cargo one. So it has been good at Kensington Olympia. Then we went to Clapham Junction, quarter 707 to London Waterloo, which was my Bay first 707 ride. Quite nice units, to be honest. Then we went to Paddington to West Ealing on a Crossrail unit, which was interesting. So they'd been on a 345 on the Great Western Main Line, but I've been on a 345 on the Great Eastern Main Line. But got to West Ealing, found out the move I wanted to get at South Greenford wasn't even running. It was a dud path by the looks. So I thought, well, there's no point going to South Greenford. That's why we didn't go to South Greenford. So I ended up going to, well, I actually got a struggle to get to Wimbledon because I was on a train at S7 stock and it got terminated at Parsons Green. That's why we were at Parsons Green. And took a train down to Wimbledon, got the tram to Merton Park, which was supposed to be yesterday's episode, but with Acton overrunning, I decided not to do it, so it went in today, which was quite a different experience, I'll be honest. The Croydon Tramlink. It's the first time I actually did a proper filming session. Then I went back to Wimbledon. It's only 54 chains between Merton Park and Wimbledon on the Croydon Tram. Went to Clapham Junction, but then instead of doing Acton Central first and North Sheen, I did North Sheen first. Stayed there an hour instead of half an hour actually. Then I went to Acton Central for an hour. But then I found out, well, hang on, I could get to Kensal Rise because I thought there was a 710 path for a 710 EMU, which we did see at Willesden Junction earlier in the video. Turned out it was 172.04, but it was nice to see a turbo still on the North London line. And then I thought, well, I've got time. I went to Kensal Green after change at Willesden Junction to do an evening session there, and then went back to Euston, came back here, Rouge Town done. But other than that, it has been reasonable. I know I did say we would go to Denmark Hill, but it was only to change trains. It was just a ride out there, to be honest. So that's why I didn't do it. But I found a different part of the plan. It's made up after South Greenford anyway. The next show, I'm not too sure where the next show will be, because I might do a show for Tysley, I might not. But about 2 weeks time on the 7th, I've actually got an interesting trip to Manchester Mayfield Station on a private tour. Don't know how the hell I'm going to do that video yet, but that will be on YouTube actually for this one, to be honest. It's going to be like a short video. But I'm going to end this now. You can subscribe to me at Simon Trains LJ's Facebook, Simon Trains Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching. And the last 2 clips are going to be arriving at Rouge Town and this train leaving, 175.08. And that'll be the video done. And I'll see you when I post the next one up on YouTube, which will likely be a Sunday.
Why just fucking